The time by Sagicor is
7 p.m.
CVM News at 7 Wednesday headlines, courtesy of Heart NSDA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, silent night no more. Black River to receive power on Christmas. Let us in. Residents demand access to Little Duns River Beach. No room for the weary. The shelter dilemma after Hurricane Melissa. And Christmas tree farmers report a noticeable dip in sales. Now later in the business report, BOJ projects between -1% to 1% growth in financial year 2026-27. And later in sports, Phillips successfully defends All Jamaica Men's Open crown.
CVM News at 7 Wednesday headlines, courtesy of Heart NSDA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
When you use your Sagicor Bank credit card to buy something for someone else, you earn rewards to get a little something for yourself too. Visit Sagicor.com to learn more and start earning the best rewards ever.
Where's mommy?
This season is the time. Digital is gifting smile. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. Digicel is gifting smiles this season. 64 lucky customers will win $250,000 cash, and the third Sue getting $50,000 in groceries. You can also win Samsung tablets, furniture vouchers, and so much more. Gift this far, you can keep your prize, or you give all our partners to someone who really needs a smile. This season isn't just about winning, it's about making sure everybody good. Cash Digital in your community, bringing gifts and good cheer to keep you smiling into the new year.
Employers, once a month, you have the power to shape Jamaica's future. By paying your hard 3% contribution, you're not just contributing, you're investing in people, in skills, in our economy. Your hard contribution trains working-age Jamaicans, aligns programs with workforce needs, and secures our future. That's not just contribution, it's transformation. Contribute to heart and to your future.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Wednesday, December 24, 2025. I'm Amoy Harriet. Thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. Up first this evening, the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, is bringing the gift of electricity back to sections of St. Elizabeth for Christmas. Now, Black River, Treasure Beach, and nearby communities will be restored with power on Thursday. JPS President Hugh Grant on Wednesday announced the rollout of an emergency mobile power generation unit designed to restore electricity to several communities.
We have come up with some creative solutions and streamline our work to have power restored to Black River Hospital, the town of Black River, the police station, and also to some major centers by tomorrow night. And of our overall customer base of approximately 700,000 customers, that means that nearly over 600,000 customers now have power on the eve of Christmas.
Mr. Grant says 88% of customers across the island now have electricity restored, with crews continuing repair work in the hardest hit sections of St. Elizabeth.
On this day, day 57, since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, we have restored 88% of our customers.
Meanwhile, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz and Member of Parliament Floyd Green have praised the JPS teams for their ongoing work to restore electricity across St. Elizabeth and the rest of the country, adding that strong partnerships with key stakeholders have been vital to the recovery effort.
So I really want to commend the team from the JPS for ensuring that they looked for solutions, not just looked at the problem. That they sat down and decided to look at innovative ways that we could treat with parts of the parish that don't suffer damage could move again.
Let me just make it clear to all who are here, all who have eyes to see and ears to hear. If I had to do it again, I would lend you the $150 million every day and twice on Sunday because the people want light.
Now, residents of St. Anne are demanding recreational justice as tensions rise over access to Little Duns River Beach. Protesters say the Urban Development Corporation has fenced off the area, cutting residents off from a vital community and economic resource. Our reporter Akeem Oret has that story.
Frustrated residents took to the streets in protest over what they describe as an attack on their economic, environmental and recreational rights. At the center of the protest is the Little Duns River Beach, which residents say is the only remaining free accessible beach. The demonstration comes as residents say the Urban Development Corporation UDC has since fenced the property with barbed wires, locking off residents from entering the premises. President of the Jamaica Beach Birthright and Environmental Movement, Devon Taylor, argues that this type of action is violence to the community.
This was an area that was easily accessible by market vendors, by the taxi drivers, by just people of the community. We're having water problems in Davistown, in Steertown, in Chalky Hill, and this is where they would come and collect water. The
JABEM president further argues that the UDC cutting residential access to the beach will have a negative impact on residents who uses the beach to earn a living.
The UDC is locking out the Jamaican people 5 days per week and only allowed by permission 2 days on Saturdays and Sundays. That has been an economic devastation on the poor. All the members of the Little Duns River community cannot make a living anymore. They are being crushed by this government policy. And so we are standing up to say free the beach, open the space 7 days per week.
But while the related authorities have taken steps to fence the property, residents claim that the action was due to security reasons. However, Taylor notes there are no security concerns at the premises at this time.
The UDC have installed 2 security guards here who roam the property. So if there's any allegation of people collecting or charging, they can nab those persons. So for 3 years, when there was a murder that took place on this sidewalk here, and I want to put that in context because in June, there was a double murder that occurred right before Sanders Duns River and Rio. And that hotel did not close. And it's 3 years now since a murder took place on the roadside, a very similar situation, and this place has been closed. So we are seeing the disparity here.
As the frustrated residents try to seek answers, they say demonstrations will continue until there is change.
And we will continue to fight. But we are standing in the streets to say that we will never give up Little Duns River. So we are pursuing the legal avenue, but we are not going to give up Little Duns River. And we want the political class to know, we want the minister to know, whoever the minister is that control this. If it's Matthew Samuda, and if it is the Prime Minister of Jamaica who controls the UDC portfolio, we want to let them know. We are standing for economic justice. We're standing for economic justice. We're standing with the Jamaican people for the rights of the nation to access beaches and to use our sea.
Akeem Oret for CVM News.
The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, is reporting that as of December 22, there were 813 people still staying at 83 shelters, with some of those shelters being schools. The debate over whether schools should be used as shelters during disasters like Hurricane Melissa has been reignited. Disaster risk management expert Dr. Barbara Carby, who is past head of the ODPEM, says one way of reducing disruption to education by the way of using schools as a shelter is to move away away from using classrooms.
So if you have to use schools as shelters, then have buildings on the property which are not used as classrooms. These would be larger gathering areas such as halls or gymnasiums and so on, which can be used as shelters after the event. But their positioning would be such that they wouldn't interfere with classroom activities.
Dr. Karbi says while they're not the first option, the use of tents are a viable possibility. However, she shares that living in a tropical climate, time and the availability of government resources may be factors that challenge their deployment.
Tents are an option, yes, certainly. One has to be careful there, of course. Remember now that in our case, time is not our friend. So whatever solution is put in place now, we have to think that in, say, 6-7 months, we may be facing another major hurricane. You know, the next hurricane season starts in June. So we won't have a lot of time. So if you look at tents, then people will have to be out of the tents in very short order. So their permanent structures would have to be in place in that time.
Dr. Karbi also adds that the use of churches as shelters is also a possibility. However, liability issues, including damage and repairs, would have to be discussed between the owners of the building and the government.
The issues there would have to be settled beforehand. So what if the building is damaged? Then who will repair it or who will pay for repairs? Of course, we have to consider that they may not have enough sanitary facilities. So they may not come with showers, for example, which would be required in a shelter situation.
Now, music industry insiders are calling for changes within the dancehall industry, arguing that without them, the genre will continue to fall short on the global charts. According to the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, which is a global body that tracks music consumption worldwide, genres like pop, hip-hop, Latin, rock, and electronic music dominate global listening. But reggae, which includes dancehall, usually sits lower in the ranks. Speaking on CVM's Lead Story Prime on Tuesday, ethnomusicologist Dr. Dennis Howard said while dancehall remains culturally rich and globally influential, there are a number of challenges that continue to leave the sector institutionally undersupported. Meanwhile, cultural commentator Clyde McKenzie said while some artists may be struggling to post strong numbers, dancehall's global influence remains undeniable.
Sometimes our artists are not doing as well, but it's not to say that the music is not doing as well, and that distinction needs to be made, because what is happening is that the influence of the music, people are adopting the music. I mean, you go to different places
Zimbabwe,
in Europe, all over the world, and these people have been moving towards reggae and dancehall and Jamaican music. But what is happening is that it is not being done by Jamaicans.
Now, Christmas tree vendors are reporting a noticeable dip in sales this year, and many are pointing to the lingering impact of Hurricane Melissa. Vendors say the storm not only affected shoppers' spending, but also damaged access to roads and farmlands, limiting the number of trees farmers could harvest. Carla Ramdeen has that story.
More tree?
This is Ipol Smith taking out one of several trees brought to Halfway Tree from the Blue Mountains. He's one of 3 brothers carrying on a family tradition of Christmas tree planting and selling.
The two love it, you know, because we want to continue the work same way, you know. Yeah, man, it's part of the agricultural business same way. Yes, because the Christmas tree them grow. We have intercrop in the meanwhile.
The brothers have been coming to Halfway Tree to sell Christmas trees for more than 30 years. They have now taken over from their father.
My dad was the one that was doing this when I was a bit, well about probably say 6 years old. I was here with my dad.
And you learned from him?
So I learned from him, plus there was some other elders who passed away who we learned from, you know. They see this mother brother, he grew into it. I was here before him, but they grew and come and see me in it. And they come and we are all in it now as a business.
It's a business they love and take pride in.
It's not just hustling or a quick sale, it's a business that we do year to year.
But amid the fallout from Hurricane Melissa, sales are slow this Christmas.
Turnout this year is low, because even for me, I have some customers that normally call me and I don't hear anything from them thus far. So I know that, people are out giving support to the people who were devastated by the hurricane. So, it's just one of those days, we understand the whole situation.
Alex Smith notes that some customers have been calling down the prices, something he says has been happening more often this year.
Even some of the sellers, they don't stick by what, is the regular rate at times, because, some people are trying to get a quick sale. You understand? And you still have some guys here who are just hustlers. So they're just trying to hustle in something to put in their pocket because they don't plant the trees or anything like that. So they don't know the effort and the amount of years it takes to grow one Christmas tree. You understand? So they just hustle, and people who even buy the tree, they're not even aware of most of the struggles that we go through as a farmer year to year to have the Christmas tree at this time. All right, look at the Christmas tree. Look at even a tree like this. This tree is over 4 years old. And I have to get this tree from seedling. And then when I set the seed and they start to grow, I have to transplant them into the planting area. And this tree takes 4 years. So I have to be constantly, every 3 months, I have to cut this tree in order to farm the shape, because it don't grow like this. If I don't cut it, it just grow out wild and tall. So I have to keep pruning every 3 months. So I have to do this for 4 years. Then I can cut it to come here to sell it. So how much people in Jamaica work for 4 years without pay?
Alex Smith's farm was also affected by Melissa. He explained that the road leading to his property was badly damaged, making it difficult for him to reach the farm. As a result, he has been unable to cut as many trees as he normally would.
Even now I have a farm that I cannot go to right now with over 50 Christmas trees on it. And there are already trees now for sale. I can't access those trees.
Other Christmas tree vendors have dropped prices because buyers are few.
Compared to the other year, everybody come up with a cry. So we just work with the situation. So this year we have to just use whatever them come with.
The markets are done and we are looking sale for the Christmas tree, because the trees out here and we in the sun are drying up and no tree are selling.
The vendors criticize the high number of imported synthetic trees, calling for more protection from authorities.
And Joe, let's have to do something better for the trees sale, because too much forest trees are coming in the country.
The real tree is basically the shape, first of all, and the scent. It gives a wonderful scent for most people. Some people, they're asthmatic, they don't like the scent, so they don't buy it. So I cannot say that people have to buy my tree or the Jamaican Christmas tree, because everyone has a choice. You understand? But some, live Jamaica, buy Jamaica, it helps to motivate even the younger generation to continue going on in the business. But if you don't buy from us, who's going to continue the business?
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
And it's time now for a break, but stay with us more when we come back.
Your Sagicor Bank credit card to buy something for someone else. You'll earn rewards to get a little something for yourself too. Visit Sagicor.com to learn more and start earning the best rewards ever.
Where's mommy?
Do it for your best life. Go check your HIV status. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me, I tell yourself, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
Some days are harder than others, but we have to do our part.